my icebreaker. So, a few days ago, I came across an article with details and advice about how to prepare for the first speech. And one element in that article stood out for me, and I found it very interesting. So I thought I would incorporate that in my speech and begin with it. It goes like this. Don't expect to be Winston Churchill. Now, that right there is great advice for me. I think it makes the job a lot easier. And as a result, here's me just doing my best and not expecting to be Winston Churchill. So with the icebreaker, I'm supposed to talk about myself. And everybody told me that it's the easiest thing in the world. I would tell you where I'm from, mention a few of my achievements, maybe crack a few jokes here and there to make the speech more interesting. But there's always two sides to every coin, and that would mean I'm not painting the whole picture. This is something I keep in mind every time I meet new people. We all have a dark side, and we all have a bright side. So I will try to have this in mind as I continue with my speech. They say that a picture is worth 1,000 words. I know this is a bit cliche, but for me, the picture that I'm about to share really is worth 1,000 words. We all have one of these, right? This picture is old, but old. And I must admit I'm very proud of it. You can see me there. I was probably not practicing the speech in the mirror. There's also my beautiful mother. She seems to be very happy that I understand what mirrors are all about. Now, what pictures aside, I am a natural born introvert. And over time, I must admit that I've had a few difficulties with stuff that comes along with that. I remember back in high school, I really hated it whenever I had to go out in front of the classroom and present things, anything. Even if it was for just 1 minute, I simply hated it. Who here can relate to that? Okay, great, I'm not alone. So, as an introvert, I don't necessarily enjoy a lot of small talk, and after a lot of socializing, I sometimes feel the need to recharge and take a break. As you might imagine, I'm also not very comfortable in front of crowds, ironically. Okay. Regarding my career, 3 years ago I started trading the currency markets, and that involves spending a lot of time in front of charts that look something like this. Now, trading is a lot like many of the traditional businesses. What you want to do is buy low and sell high. So if you're an entrepreneurial spirit, you might enjoy this as a hobby or even as a full-time career. For me personally, trading, the reason why I'm very passionate about it is that for me it's like a giant multi-dimensional puzzle. And the thrill of it comes when you realize that if you manage to put all the pieces together at the same time and be really quick, you are well rewarded. Also, another thing, for me, trading had a lot to do with facing my dark side. Because in order to trade successfully, you have to, trading actually puts a mirror in front of all your self-limiting beliefs, in front of your fears, in front of your doubts, and you have to face all of those in order to trade successfully. I personally used to be a greedy person and very stubborn. But what I learned is to be resilient, to be patient, to be humble, and above all, I learned that your ego is not your amigo. To wrap things up, I would like to leave you with the idea of acceptance. We all have a dark side, and we all have a bright side. We should acknowledge and accept those, both in ourselves and in others. I think that makes a great recipe for a happy life. Thank you.